How can managing your subcontractor and vendor payments help increase your cash flow? What if you feel so far behind on payments, but just don't have the cash to catch up? I'm Jessica Krause with New Life Accounting, and this is Build What Lasts. So when you're constantly stressing about cash, you are not able to focus on the growth and development of your business. So I'm going to tell you a few ways that subcontractor and vendor payments can help increase cash flow and what to do if you feel so far behind on payments and just don't have the cash to catch up. So first, let's dive into subcontractor payments and what that looks like. So if you are a sub yourself and you have subs under you, so you have paid when paid agreements with those subcontractors, or you're a GC and you're managing subcontractors behind you or under you, and you have paid when paid agreements, we want to make sure that you have a good way of tracking those payments. There needs to be clear communication, a good process to handle when that sub invoice comes in your door, when it's included in the pay app back to your customer, and then when that pay app is paid. So typically in a subcontractor agreement, there's going to be a number of days that you have to pay your sub. Let's use the example of 7 days. So you get paid, so you now have 7 days from that period to make sure that your sub gets paid. What we find is that a lot of businesses don't have a good way of tracking those payments in that process. They, let's say, have a typical check run, that sub invoice gets in the check run, and it gets paid too quickly before they have even gotten paid. So the business gets paid in 45 days, and then the sub gets paid in 20 to 30 days. So they're losing 15 to 25 days that cash could be in their bank account. Now, on the flip side of that, they could also miss a payment because they don't have a good process. Maybe now there's a delay in payment. They are in breach of the contract. They didn't pay within 7 days. That could hurt the relationship with the sub. We all know how important it is to find good quality work and have those good relationships with our subs. We don't want to do anything to jeopardize that. So depending on your business and the software that you have, your process may look a little different. The most important part is that you have a process to track those payments coming in that process of paying your subs. Let's dive into supplier invoices. So if you're struggling with cash flow and your payments on billings aren't coming in for 45 to 60 days, which is typical in the construction industry, sometimes even longer, you could take the approach to contact your supplier and extend those payment terms. So instead of net 30, maybe they're going to allow you a net 45 or net 60 on those projects. So many suppliers also offer a discount. So it could look like 2% net 10. If you pay in 10 days, you could get a 2% discount. The alternative to that is to take the full 30 days, which is an additional 20 days of cash in your bank. So sometimes you're gonna have to weigh those and look more into if that is the best option for you or not. Most times, if you are in a cash position, you're struggling with cash, it's going to be better to hold on to that cash for those additional 20 days than it is to get the discount from the supplier. You could also look at paying your suppliers with credit cards. Many suppliers will take credit cards. They just won't take both. So they won't allow you to do the early pay discount and the credit card. You'll have to choose between the two. So most of the times, if you're in a cash crunch, it's beneficial to you to pay with a credit card. So instead of 30 days, it could extend your payment term to 60 days. So we're going to get the supplier invoice. It's due within 30 days. On that 30-day mark, we're going to pay the invoice with a credit card. That's going to give us an additional 30 days to make the payment on the credit card. Now, I caution you, before you start doing that, before you start racking up those credit card bills, make sure you have a plan in place to pay that credit card before it starts accruing interest. Okay? Having a 20% or higher interest rate, it may not be worth the extra 30 days in cash. Okay? So you want to weigh those options. But by extending your payment terms, it's going to allow you to match cash coming in from your customers with cash going out to suppliers. Now, if you are so far behind on payments, you need to develop a really good plan. So Here are some questions, some action items for you to take to help you do that. Do you have a budget set up for your business? If yes, if you answer yes, we do, is this just a thing that you do every January, just one more step in your process, or are you actually using the budget? Do you have a way to review your cash flow per project? Can you see what is coming in and what is going out on a per project basis? Do you have any equipment or vehicles on hand that you could sell? You could then pay off a loan, get rid of any monthly outgoing cash needs for payments, or you could get a lump sum of cash in quickly to help you with this cash situation. Are you behind on your payroll or income taxes? Do you have any outstanding union benefits due? Can you call and negotiate terms on these late payments? So the objective here is to decrease interest, decrease penalties that are coming in from these late payments, and set up some sort of payment plan that's going to allow you to help or allow you more flexibility with your cash. Are the profits on your projects exceeding your overhead costs? Are you reviewing your estimates and job closeouts and building in those profits to cover all of your overhead costs? And are you using your WIP report to review costs throughout the project? These are all important steps in managing your projects and maximizing that profitability and that cash coming in the door. On the WIP report, you're also going to see if you have underbillings. And managing those underbillings, getting those billings out the door are also going to help you manage your cash flow. So even if you find that even after watching this video, you still are not sure where to get started and how to get control of your cash, let's chat. You can set up a time to chat with us through the link. You can send us over an email, shoot us a message. We'll get something on the calendar to chat with you. I'm Jessica Krause with New Life Accounting, and we're here to help you build what lasts.